then I'll come chop it.
Oh yeah, then you can actually build it so it's good.
Yeah.
You don't want to trust us to do it.
I don't want you guys to blow off. You know?
Right.
Alright, what's up guys? We're back with a pretty cool update today. We're going to go back into Leroy today and show you what we've been doing since the last update. Most of that time has been spent tweaking this car in the wind tunnel, and it's funny when you're tweaking it in the wind tunnel, something comes up, you find, oh, this is working, and then something else isn't working, and it kind of creates this little, you keep finding out new things that you need to tweak. And so you tweak that one, then you tweak the next thing, and it keeps going until you finally get this this flow going where you're seeing a trend, and so you're reducing drag, you're increasing downforce and where you want it, and different things like that. So you kind of get on a roll, and so we've been doing that a lot in the past couple of weeks to get this car as close to ready for the track as we possibly can when it comes to aerodynamics and wind flow. So first and foremost, this is the car now. The front nose was tweaked a little bit to help the aero around the front. Wheel wells were shaped a little differently, and we actually opened up the C7 vent inside of the car there that was based on the C7. Relocated this exhaust pipe right here. It was up a little higher, but since this is going to be a funny car body that's going to open and close, it kind of needs to be down there so we can keep that from having a big gap in the wall. I'll jump over into the CFD program now. So what's showing here is the pressure, static pressure on different parts of the car. We've got some pressure in the back here, which is what we're looking for. We've got some pressure in the front here, keeping the front end down. It's not just throwing the wind tunnel and make it as aerodynamic as possible, because if we did that, it would just look like a drop of water, and that wouldn't be any fun, and also it just wouldn't work. So there's this constant balance of make it more aerodynamic, but also you've got to keep the design looking good too. So when you change something to make it more aerodynamic, you're changing the design, so you've got to go, okay, well, I need to bring it back a little bit, and you got to find this perfect balance where it looks good and works as good as it can, and it's just, that's how it works. We've been grinding on this thing for a while now, and designing the car, building the models, putting it in and out of the wind tunnel, and it's been a lot of work. So now comes the fun part that everybody's really been waiting for, which is the actual physical building of the body. Before I pull the trigger on any of that, I usually like to throw this into another program and render it out so I can kind of see what the fiberglass is going to look like when it's done, because a lot of the reason a car looks the way it does is because of how light plays on the car, reflections, shadows, different things like that. So it's always nice to just check that out first and see, kind of get a real world, what's it going to look like when I sit it in front of me on the floor. How is light going to bounce off of it? How's it going to reflect and all that stuff? So what I do is I'll throw in another program. This is called Maverick Studio, where I can basically do a render of it that looks pretty realistic. It renders images the same way that the sun lights the real world. So you're getting a pretty decent representation of how it's going to look. One of the things I can do is I can actually render it on an actual, like a racetrack, for instance, like we've got it right here, and I can move it around and kind of get an idea of how this thing's going to look when the fiberglass is sitting on it. Granted, this does not have the livery on it at the time. It hasn't been wrapped or painted or anything, so this is just the fiberglass itself. Once we're good with that and we like what we're seeing here and the fiberglass looks good, it looks like we're ready to go ahead and cut this thing in the CNC machine. So next step there is to jump back into this program here, where we've got a high resolution model of the car, and our CNC machine is a table that cuts blocks of 6-pound dense foam that are 8 feet by 4 feet by 6 inches deep. And so what I need to do on my end is turn this into a bunch of pieces that are going to fit into those blocks to be cut on that machine and then be reassembled afterwards. So the way I do that is I'll come in here and I have myself a couple blocks. This block represents the actual size of the block that the machine can cut. And I have this block, which is a 1/4 of an inch smaller in every dimension. That just gives me a little bit of breathing room when I cut this thing up. So what I do is I'll take this block here, and anything that fits inside this block, if I chop that part off, it will fit in the block on the machine, which will be able to be cut and then reassembled. So what I do is take this block and I'll move it. I want to start with the nose of the car. To the shop. All right, guys, we're up at the shop now, and this is our CNC master, Waylon, right here. He's gonna take all the stuff I just did and actually put it into the CNC machine and get it going for us. So Waylon, take it away, sir.
All right. First thing I do is pull up the file he just gave me. Then I set the machine up, put the X, Y, and Z coordinates to the block of material we put on there.
Get some.
Can you do it? Let's see. I cannot do it. I'm a weak bitch.
Probably not. Probably not blowing the back out.
That was
Yeah.
amazing. That was just.
That was
Joe, you up, bro?
That was all back.
That was all back.
Lift with your back, not your legs.
That was actually really impressive. I'm not gonna lie. Hey Joey, you do it. Here, hold on. Me and Joey will do it together.
I'll save my back.
Alright, Joey. Let's do this because we're awesome. I fucking put it down. No, I ain't even gonna attempt that.
What is happening?
My hands are slippery.
Or try it from the inside.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that right there.
That front clip there too. So Cletus is here today. We just started cutting the new body for Leroy. So literally it's the first little tiny section mocked up at this stage.
Oh,
And,
is this it? Oh, right here.
So we figured we'd start at the front and move to the back. So,
How many sections are we talking?
well, if you think about it, I mean, our slabs are 6 inches thick, 4 by 8. But once we start to get to the sides, then we can lay the slab sideways.
Oh.
So most of our truck builds average around 10 to 13 slabs, so this will probably be in that range.
Okay.
So this is slab number 1.
Oh wow.
But
That's sick.
very, very front. Super rough cuts, just mocked up,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
screwed together. It'll get
So
all
eventually
buttered
it'll
in.
get all buttered up.
Yeah, and it'll get primered, body work.
And then all comes chop it.
Oh yeah, then you can actually build it so it's good.
Yeah.
You don't want to trust us
Holds
to
up.
do
I
it.
don't want you guys to blow off. You know?
Right. Give us a break. We'll have some
So the
coffee.
Eagle is here.
Yeah, you know, it's one of those things where like, you and Jesse, I know, talked a lot on it, and we were like, do we go ridiculous and do the Eagle thing? Because we run a bunch of monster trucks because we make giant shapes and stuff, but man, there's something so American about this.
The way that he blended it in with the rest of the body, like this is kind of the only like
Right, everything else is legit.
outlandish part. The rest
But it's-
kind of looks like a pro mod body.
It's just enough.
Yeah, it's perfect.
It's just enough, man. So
And honestly, you know, like looking at the feather livery and the other ones, I know he's making some new ones, but I kind of feel like the mock-up he sent me where the car was just white,
oh,
dude, it looked
clean.
like the front still had the bald eagle, but then the rest was just kind of like a clean pearl white, like
Nice.
67. And I was like,
as things
That's all
move
I do.
along, I will start assembling, so we don't have to wait till it's all done cutting to start the. So we'll start sanding and assembling as it cuts,
Okay.
and so by the time that last cut comes around, this thing's going to be looking pretty cool, man.
All
So it's time for you to come by frequently to see the progress,
oh man,
and it
I
should
like
be
it, dude.
it should be sick.
I like
I'm
it.
excited.
Looks great.
Hell yeah.
How much is like one block of this cost? This is $750. What? Like 30 grand at home right there. $750.
An average build,
Mother.
just in foam, in the $8,000 to $10,000 range, just for material.
Holy smokes.
And that's the cheap stuff, believe it or not.
That's why I love these guys.
It's just gonna get better, bigger, better, faster. You know, the American dream.
All right, guys, thanks for joining us on this lovely, beautiful Florida day here. We finally got this thing cutting. So now that that's happening, we're gonna start making this process be a lot faster, a lot more happening, a lot more to film, a lot more updates. So buy a shirt. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. I gotta get out of here. Oh, see you guys.